handling the audit is now here. So just wanted to clarify po dun po sa slides na present po nung nakalaang OVP budget hearing. Maraming salamat po, Mr. Chair.
Chair. May I approach the table? Request 1-minute suspension.
The chair declares 1-minute suspension. Session resumes.
Mr. Chair, may I request...
The Honorable Vice President is recognized.
Thank you. May I request to leave the inquiry?
Ma'am, pwede naman po, considering na hindi naman din po kayo naka-oath and alam naman po namin, marami rin po kayong ginagawa. The Vice President is excused.
Thank you.
Thank you po,
Thank you,
ma'am.
everyone. Good morning.
1-minute suspensions declared by the chair. Committee hearing resumes. Next, before we... Okay. We will recognize the next interpellator, the Honorable Congressman Manuel.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good morning po sa lahat. Well, before I proceed sa questions ko, Mr. Chair, gusto ko munang i-manifest na sobrang disappointed po tayo. Actually, kasabay ng hearing na ito sa Committee on Good Government ay ang plenary debate sa budget for 2025. Mr. Chair, tayo and of course yung mga colleagues natin, we took the time for this committee at inimbitahan ng Office of the Vice President. Pero yun nga po, nalaman natin na hindi po nag-take ng oath at ayun, bago po tayo makapagtanong para din po sana marinig ng nakaupong Vice Presidente, umalis na rin po, Mr. Chair. And actually, when I recalled yung mga ibang pwedeng precedents din natin, Mr. Chair, while nabanggit po na merong right, no? Or may option ang mga public officials na hindi po mag-oath pero hindi naman po all the time na ganun yung ginagawa. Even yung mga former presidents nga po, Mr. Chair, like former President Ramos, former President Estrada, former President Noynoy Aquino, ay dumalo nung inibitahan din sila sa mga legislative inquiry at nag-take po sila ng oath, Mr. Chair. And I'm also wondering, Mr. Chair, kung meron din po bang dumalo, maliban po sa sitting Vice President, other personnel po from the OVP na nandito, meron po ba, Mr. Chair?
Wala po.
Pero di ba, Mr. Chair, I believe we sent invitations hindi lang sa sitting Vice President, pero maging sa iba pang mga nagtitake ng major function sa OVP. So, Mr. Chair, we have afforded several opportunities for the OVP actually, hindi lang sa ating formal budget hearings, pero maging sa Committee on Good Government, Mr. Chair. So, I think again, we can let the Filipino people judge no, kung ano ba talaga ang performance ng mga niluklok nating mga opisyal sa pamahalaan. So ang tatanungin ko na lang, Mr. Chair, ay ang COA. Sa COA ko pwede
Interjection, Mr. Chair.
Yes, the Honorable Franz Castro.
Yes, so since the Vice President did not take the oath, no, and I think wala naman siyang sasabihin kung tatanungin natin. So, buti na lang na umalis na siya. Well, next meeting, Mr. Chair, pwede ba nating imbitahin from the Office of the Vice President dahil sila yung mga pumirma no, doon sa mga liquidation. Miss Gina Acosta, Special Disbursing Officer from the Office of the Vice President. Miss Julieta Villa del Rey, the Chief Accountant of the Office of the Vice President, to give us light no doon sa mga na-disburse na naobliga nila at saka yung mga receipt na ipinasa nila sa COA. Can we do that, Mr. Chair? This is a motion, Mr. Chair.
Yes po. There is a motion by the Honorable Franz Castro to invite the following resource persons. Number 1, Gina Acosta of the Office of the Vice President and Julieta Villa del Rey, the Chief Accountant of the Office of the Vice President.
Mr. Chair,
Is there...
Mr. Chair, point
Mr.
of clarification lang, so that before we rule on the
Okay,
motion.
before we rule, what is the point of Honorable Rog?
Mr. Chair, may we know from just so that we know how to decide on the motion if we will agree with it or to object. Mr. Chair, my understanding, I understand there were two names mentioned, but yung isa po, si Ms. Gina Acosta, may we know from the COMSEC if she was already invited?
Comsec?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. No, she was not invited. We were not informed that she was a special disbursing officer, Your Honor. So she is also not in the website, Your Honor, of the
So
OVP.
those two names were not invited yet?
Yes, Your Honor, not
Okay.
invited. Ms. Gina F. Acosta, the special disbursing officer, and Ms. Julieta Villa del Rey, the chief accountant of the Office of the Vice President.
Thank you then, Mr. Chair. In that case, I will join the motion of the Honorable Castro. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Is there any second to the motion?
Mr. Chairman,
Is there any objection?
Mr. Chairman,
Ay, yes, Congressman
before
Paduano.
the chairman rules with regards to the motion being made by the Honorable Franz Castro, let me ask the chairman, since we invited to the motion of the Honorable Castro, a certain Miss Acosta and Villa del Rey, Julieta, Mr. Chairman, can we ask if, kasi po, if we invite those resource persons or witnesses, no, resource persons or witnesses, they should be, we should have a basis for them to be invited. Now, as far as I know, during the appropriations budget deliberation with regards to the budget of the Office of the Vice President, the name of the two officials from the OBP was mentioned. But I hope, Mr. Chairman, there's a record with regards to what really transpired during the budget deliberation of the appropriations. And with that, Mr. Chairman, let me also ask for the Committee on Appropriations to submit in this committee just purposes of record and to justify the motion being made by the Honorable Franz Castro for them to submit through the Appropriations Committee, through the chair, Chairman Saldico, the excerpts and the documents submitted to the committee with regards to the justification for the presence of the two officials of the OBP in the next hearing, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Noted. We will inform the COMSEC to please take note of the manifestation of the Honorable Paduano. In the meantime, we will rule on the motion of the Honorable Franz Castro. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is carried.
May I proceed, Mr. Chair?
The Honorable Raul Manuel, hindi po minus yung inyong oras. You still have...
Sige,
you still have 4 minutes.
okay. Thank
Please
you.
proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, nabanggit po kanina na hindi qualified sa paggamit ng confidential funds ng Office of the Vice President for 2022 ang medical and food aid. Can we confirm this from the Commission on Audit?
As of yung AOM po namin, since
COA,
medical...
COA, please wait to be recognized by the chair. Attorney Camora, you are recognized. And please address your answer to the chair.
Mr. Chair, since as of the review of the documents, we have deemed them not qualified as confidential expenses since they just indicated food and medical supplies as is.
Mr. Chair, how much po yung amount na dineclare ng OVP na pinagamitan di umano ng medical and food aid?
Mr. Chair, anong period po?
For 2022, yung confidential funds.
For 2022, it was 35 million for supplies.
For medical and
for
food aid.
medical and supplies, Mr. Chair, 40
million pesos. Sa pagtingin natin, Mr. Chair, bagamat syempre gusto natin na makatulong ang ating mga ahensya ng gobyerno, mapagbuti yung pag-provide ng mga services, pero tingin natin, Mr. Chair, ay questionable nga kung kukunin sa confidential funds ang pag-provide ng medical and food aid. Lalo na't supposedly nga transparent, magkano talaga yung nagagastos para dyan, tapos sa bawat beneficiary din, magkano yung worth ng kanilang nakukuha, ilan din yung beneficiaries. Di ibig sabihin, Mr. Chair, delikado kapag yung ganitong mga tipo ng serbisyo ay ang magiging source natin ay confidential funds. Sa experience po ba, Mr. Chair, ng Commission on Audit, meron din ba dating mga agencies ng pamahalaan na nag-declare na gumamit sila ng confidential funds para sa medical and food aid?
COA, please answer.
Mr. Chair, we have not come across, or kung meron man, Mr. Chair, it has not been under my audit po.
So,
may iba po kasing auditors.
May ibang...
May
Pakilakasan po yung inyong boses.
May ibang auditors po. So, hindi lang po kami. Opo. So, I am not aware if may mga ibang agencies po na nagde-declare ng medical and food supplies.
Okay, so Mr. Chair, ibig sabihin hindi standard practice na ang pantulong sa ating mga kababayan ay kinukuha siya mula sa confidential funds. Tama po ba, Mr. Chair?
COA, please answer.
Tama po, Mr. Chair, pero I would like to point out po sa joint circular that supplies, materials are actually allowed except that you have to identify them as used in confidential activities like surveillance activities. Yun lang po, Mr. Chair.
So, ibig sabihin, Mr. Chair, under our current rules, meron siyang qualifier pero hindi absolute na Ibig sabihin, kung based lang sa personal na kagustuhan ng opisyal, ay gagamitin niya yung confidential funds para sa medical and food aid. Tama po ba, Mr. Chair?
Yes, Mr. Chair. As long as the purchase or rental of supplies, materials, and equipment are for confidential operations, they will comply with the joint circular po.
Okay. Mr. Chair, kasunod naman, na-mention din kanina na walang bagong submission ang Office of the Vice President regarding nga doon sa Notice of Disallowance. Can the Commission on Audit expound on that, Mr. Chair? Kasi nga, ang dating kasi sa ilan sa mga kababayan natin ay as if ba hindi nabibigyan ng pagkakataon ang OVP para talaga ipaliwanag, tapos after the notice of disallowance na actually ang nais nun, Mr. Chair, ay pinapabalik sa OVP yung hindi maipaliwanag na paggastos ng confidential fund. So para lang po talaga malinaw, Mr. Chair, nabigyan ng pagkakataon ng OVP to explain, and meron po bang mga latest na submissions ang OVP on top of those na naipasa niya na dati?
Mr. Chair, if it pertains to the 2022 confidential fund,
Yes, Mr. Chair.
wala pa pong, actually hindi na po sila required mag-reply sa amin since it's already a notice of disallowance. The remedy na po is either settlement or appeal the notice of disallowance po.
Okay. So, Mr. Chair, ibig sabihin, para po maunawaan na ating mga kababayan, may pinapabalik na confidential funds na ginamit ng Office of the Vice President noong 2022. Ang options ay ibalik yon or umapela. And kung strong naman po yung appeal at ibig sabihin ay kakayaning ma-justify, edi pwedeng hindi pabalikin. Tama po ba, Mr. Chair?
Tama po, depende po sa decision ng Commission proper, Mr. Chair.
Okay. So kung doon sa second option, Mr. Chair, na umapela, meron bang mga pinasa na mga dokumento ang Office of the Vice President para po formally sila na makapag-appeal para hindi sila require na ibalik yung confidential funds na na-flag? Meron po bang naipasa, Mr. Chair?
Wala po kaming information, Mr. Chair, kung nakapag-file po sila ng appeal nila. It's with the commission proper na po, so hindi na po sa ICFAO yun fina-file, Mr.
So,
Chair.
Mr. Chair, do we have a representative from the Commission on Audit mismo, labas pa dun sa ICFAO? Meron po ba dito, Mr. Chair? So we can get the response from them, Mr. Chair.
We have here the representative from government audit sector, Mr. Fahad bin Tomawis. Could you respond to the query of the Honorable Manuel?
Good morning, Mr. Chair. Please be informed that I'm not in the position to answer the question because I'm the audit team leader of the regular audit of the OBP. For the confidential fund, it is part of the ICFAO, and for the appeal, it is part of the commission proper of the Commission on Audit. So it must be addressed to the commission proper of the Commission on Audit.
Mr. Chair, so
may
meron
I-
po ba? Taga-commission
May I ask
proper?
the COMSEC if she invited the representative of COA?
Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, there's an office that monitors the filing of an appeal, which is the Commission Secretariat Office. So, on the question on whether there's an appeal that has been filed by the OVP, we will validate on that.
Mr.
Please
Chair,
do so.
Yes.
Yes,
since
Congressman Manuel.
kailangan din nating malaman dito sa komite, how long po yung duration para ma-verify po at ma-check yung ganong impormasyon?
Attorney,
Mr. Chair,
Attorney
the
Lapitan.
OVP has 180 days to file an appeal. So, we will wait for that within that period, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so Mr. Chair, kailan po nag-start ang pagbibilang ng 180 days?